Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at Pajama Party. Here we go. I'm one of those Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right.
Bonsoir.
All right.
Righty.
Whew, I need some water to wash down this milky substance.
It's the rum chelada.
Oh, I was just going to say, what kind of milky substance are you
It's
messing
like the
with?
stuff they use to make children with.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not in it.
Okay. All right. So what's going on with y'all?
Oh, gosh. I'm just happy it's
Everything's
Friday.
Cool.
I know that's right. TGIF or TGIF.
We're going to send a shout out to Baby Legend.
All
Hey,
right.
shout out
that?
to Little Legend.
Little Legend.
That's nice.
Little Legend reveals.
All right. All right.
How you doing tonight, Cal?
I can't complain. How about you, Redwine?
I'm good.
You sure? Is that rum chelada?
I was going to say functioning within normal parameters, but that would not be true.
No, I don't think so.
Republican.
I'm not going to say that.
That sounds very conservative.
That's a Star Trek line. It has nothing to do with Republicans. Anyway, what's on the docket for tonight, Ketel?
All right. I have to get my gavel on, y'all. Gotta behave now.
Yeah, what's on the rundown?
Can you be okay, Redwine?
I'm working on it.
Mine, 'cause
Our hot topics tonight. Behave, Papa.
you turned it down there like...
Behave, Papa.
Anyhow,
Our hot topics tonight is peace in Korea. Really?
yeah, right.
Let's see what that's going to be about.
You believe that?
it could happen.
Well, we have Ben Carson, our boy back in the news. Ben Carson wants to triple rent for the poorest of the poor. Also, the hot topic for tonight is Cosby found guilty in sexual assault retrial. Hidden and quitted headlines. Teachers walk out in Arizona and Colorado. Also, the Port Authority official resigns. Ronnie Jackson withdraws name from Vets Administration Secretary consideration. Also, Ford to stop selling all but 2 cars in the North America.
Really?
Truly. Golf club justifies calling police on black woman. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? Allegations. Weird news. A man who survived bear attack gets bitten by a shark. Okay. Texas man sentenced to 50 years for fajita theft. And also fake shadow boxer helps single Japanese women feel safer at home. Okay. I'm just saying with Redwine, if you bust one, bust them all. Living for the City with Poppa DD got a surprise for us tonight. My Hollywood wrap up. I'm going to talk about ABBA, Ann Curry, Avengers, and Beyonce. Also, the cocktail of the week is a firecracker. Pow, pow, pow.
Pow, pow, pow.
Okay. Our kiss it list and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail because that's what we're doing. And we're going to come back with the hot topics.
Girl, what are you using on your skin? And your hair looks so thick and beautiful.
I've got a secret.
I know you're going to share it with your girl.
Well, just between you and me, I found a new product that makes my skin glow and my hair fabulous, too. It's bull semen.
No, bull. Stop playing.
For real. Bull semen gives me this glow and keeps my skin nice and soft and feeling good.
Where in the world did you get bull semen?
From a bull, of course, but only my distributor knows for sure. I can hook you up. Check it out.
Bull semen is great for your hair, nails, skin, and everywhere else where it doesn't feel right. Just warm the tube of bull semen. Put on some Barry White music. Massage the tube using slow circular motions. And when the semen comes out of the tube, put some in your hair, on your nails, on your skin, and wherever you want. Before you know it, you'll be glowing. Your hair will be growing, and your friends will want to be knowing.
I'm ordering my tube of bull semen today.
Order 2. I'm almost out.
Bull semen, do not use internally, or pregnancy could occur. And we're not responsible for that. Order yours today. And that's no bull.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay. So,
What's going on? What's the first one?
our first story tonight has to do with alleged peace in Korea. Bullshit.
Okay.
Really? Alleged? Okay.
All right. I guess I got to talk first.
What are they talking about?
Well. Let's see if it's going to make any sense here, because I haven't figured it out yet. The leaders of North and South Korea agreed on Friday, which is today, to declare an official end to the Korean War after 65 years of hostilities and work toward a common goal. Really? Of removing all nuclear weapons from the peninsula. The South and the North confirmed their joint goal of realizing a Korean peninsula free of nuclear weapons through complete denuclearization. The declaration included promises to pursue arms reduction, seize hostile acts, turn their fortified border into a peace zone, and seek multilateral talks with other countries. Interesting. The two leaders declared before our people of 80 million and the entire world there will be no more war on the Korean Peninsula and a new age of peace. Kim became the first North Korean leader to cross the heavily fortified, demilitarized zone into South Korea this Friday. As Kim crossed into the South, he shook hands with Moon before bringing his counterpart back over the border to the North for another handshake. Okay. The leaders then ventured into the South Peace House, which had been outfitted head to toe in custom furniture and artwork heavy with symbolisms. Okay, so Kim signed a guest book, and the two leaders went in for negotiations. He says, a new history begins now at the starting point of history in the era of peace. Okay.
Well, we'll see what happens.
That's all we can do.
And that border wasn't a little small payment. Did you see how they stepped over it?
Mhm. It's just a line.
Divide North and
Between
South.
countries, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost like if you step over my line, I'm, beat your butt. Or,
Something like North Philly and West Philly. Something like that.
Exactly.
Wow.
Or like the D.C. Maryland line.
Or like Riggs Park and Michigan Park.
Exactly.
Yeah, between the park.
If you walk over one from the other, unless somebody told you, you wouldn't know.
But I'm not sure what the difference is as far as North and South Korea. I mean, do they believe in the same things, or they believe in different things?
No, the one is
they had believed in different things.
free, and the other ones are
Communist or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Kim Jong-un is a dictator.
Okay. That's who Trump is running
with the
after.
emphasis on dick. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of those, let's talk about Ben Carson.
Oh, Lord. That was a good segue.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, Ben Carson, I don't understand what's going on with him.
Now, mind you, this man used to be a brain surgeon.
Yeah,
used to be. He still is. I mean,
I don't know if he's still
he has performed some of the most technical. So you can't take anything away from intellectual or intelligence or being a doctor. But damn, what is he doing now?
He's creating havoc over there at HUD, Housing and Urban Development Agency, where he is in charge of.
That's the only job Trump could find for him.
Yeah, why he didn't make him in charge of Veterans Administration, where you're dealing with people's health for the veterans and stuff, would have made more sense. But I guess because he was black, he said, you get in charge of the projects and the housing things and go handle that.
Gave him that big old ring like a janitor holds. You pray big ass ring to go through your belt loop.
with all the keys on it.
To the fucking broom closet.
So anyway, what he's up to now is he's got this proposal that they're pushing through that basically would triple the rent for the poorest people in America. Because he feels that this is going to help them become more self-sufficient. He says if they have to pay more, then they'll do more. And if you're forced to pay more, you'll do better. And you get up off of the need for all this public assistance and pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do what you have to do.
Where are they going to get the money?
Exactly. These are people that are struggling. I mean, we're not talking about people that are just having babies to get a check. We're talking about people who work 2 and 3 jobs, barely get a chance to see their family because they're working 2 and 3 jobs. They're just trying to survive. And now, most of the time, these are people who make less than $20,000 a year, and now you want to triple their rent? I just don't even understand the logic in this. But basically, the proposal included having tenants pay 30% of their adjusted income toward rent, which is capped at $50 a month for the poorest families. Now, when you're really, really poor, like under the poverty line, $50 might as well be $500. Anyway, the proposal sets the family monthly rent contribution at 35% of their gross income. 35% of your gross income, not your take-home, your gross income, deductions and all of that stuff. Or 35% of your earnings working 15 hours a week of the federal minimum wage. So under this proposal cap, it would take the rent up to about $150 a month, which is 3 times higher than the current minimum. And that would affect about 712,000 households. The proposal also encourages the establishment of work requirements for recipients of federal housing subsidies. And I guess this is basically what he's saying, is to get the people that are shiftless welfare recipients to earn their benefits.
Yeah,
so now you want to call them shiftless if they're not working.
Do you think that's actually come from Ben Carson or his boss?
Well, it's coming from this is his proposal. He submitted to the administration.
Okay.
So I don't know. Who do you want to blame?
He is the boss of that.
He's the Secretary of HUD.
But
he submitted the proposal.
The things he's saying, though, sounds like what would come out of a white man's mouth.
But this is what he's been saying all along. He's been saying this stuff when he was on the campaign trail running for president.
All right.
He was talking all this old crazy stuff.
Well, we can't believe everything that comes out of the mouth of,
surgeon.
Well, I'm just saying, when even back in the day with slaves, being we had slaves that did everything for everybody for free and everything, who's to say that anybody invented anything where a slave could have invented it and the white person took advantage of it?
Well, that's what happened back then, because the slave was not allowed to hold a, what do you call that thing? Not a copyright, a patent. Slaves weren't allowed to hold a patent.
The white folks just took the credit because slaves didn't have a voice. You think Betsy Ross actually sewed that fucking flag? Are you kidding me? That was a slave that sewed that flag.
But that's what history tells us.
Tells us, that Betsy Ross did.
Betsy sewed that flag with her own 2 little hands.
That was Big Mama that did that shit. Big Mama sewed that
Big
shit.
Mama's
and
house.
Betsy Ross woke up next morning and said, "This is nice. Let me turn this into the government and become famous." And all that. Please, don't believe it. Don't believe it.
So, I mean, it's not written in stone. It's just a proposal.
It's a proposal.
Right.
So hopefully it won't get approved. I think I just feel like now they're going after punishing the poor people. You don't think they have it hard enough? I mean, I could understand if you wanted to have a work requirement that basically said, if you're going to receive certain amounts of welfare or public assistance, then you have to have some kind of employment or something. I wouldn't even fault them for trying to add that kind of requirement. But tripling what people have to pay, making them have to give up 35% of their salary like that?
I could see maybe over time, then that might, the logic might push people to do better as far as education and this and that to make more money. So if they have a 5-year plan that you stay in on welfare, so to speak, because welfare is supposed to be for temporarily.
Right.
Back in the day. But I do believe a lot of people have abused that, that privilege. So, I mean, I can understand what he's saying, but maybe gradually. It's just so drastic from if you're used to paying $25, some people are paying $10 for rent. Mm-hmm. Now it goes up to $150. That's a big jump.
It is.
I mean, things
35% of your gross.
Things could change. I mean, crime could be more prevalent and some other things. So, I mean.
But what doesn't make sense is when you say 35% of your gross, that implies that you're working. Because if you have a gross income, that means you have a job. Mm-hmm. So now you're penalizing the people who are working, mm-hmm. who are contributing to our economy. They're paying their taxes. Mm-hmm. Why are you going to punish them? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I guess maybe he's just trying to do away with all this.
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
That's what it does sound like. They're trying to phase it out one way or the other.
Right. They want to do something.
Either they'll kill people off, or people will fall off, or people will do illegal stuff. Mm-hmm. And see, then when the crime rate goes up because people are robbing and knocking folk over the head and
because they got to pay the $150 rent or whatever
exactly.
it is. Yeah.
Because they're trying to just feed their family, you know.
Right.
Well, when we
baby
say poor
needs
people,
diapers.
I mean, nationally, I think he's talking also nationally. And you also got to realize, too, that when you say poor people, he's not just talking about black people now.
No, I'm talking about poor people.
Poor people is every
people
race
under
of people.
The poverty line, or people living at or below the poverty line.
But I guess they've gotten some people that has jerked the system and just gotten lax. Oh, I can just sit back and get welfare. I mean, prime example, look at the movie Precious. Mm-hmm. Monique, she played the mother, and she was like, you go in there and fix me something to eat, and you go down there and go get your welfare check. It's a cycle. So maybe he's trying to break this cycle.
Cycle is vicious.
Yeah, so, I don't fault the man, but it could be a gradual thing. I mean, they may have to go back and forth on the table on it and negotiate some things, but, yeah, it's interesting.
I just think it's a heartless plan that has not been well thought out.
Interesting.
So you're obviously not a Ben Carson fan.
No, I'm not.
So
that reminds me, I'm going to put him on the kiss it list.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you, Poppa DD. What you got for us?
Now let's talk about Bill Cosby for a minute.
Uh-oh.
How about that?
Okay, bring it on.
To me, this is rigged, It looks like he's going to be joining the rank and file of James Brown. Celebrities have gone to jail. James Brown, Michael Vick, Mike Tyson, Martha Stewart, I'll leave out your girl, and various other people that, it seems like when it comes to the defense, there's no defense for some people. When they go in on minorities and women, it's a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. But you don't see Harvey Weinstein or anybody else who was really pushing up on women viciously.
I think his time is coming.
Going nowhere near, okay.
He
Well, then let his time come. Because Vick's time came and Tyson's came, and we can't be sit back saying what's going to come. Yeah, I'd like to be a millionaire one day. But anyway, Bill Cosby found guilty on a sexual assault on his retrial, which was rigged for the beginning because when they came to a hung jury on the first trial, they were all pissed off like, oh, we'll get him next time. And they did just that by first rigging the jury. What was it, 6 whites?
It was 2 blacks and the rest were white.
Yeah, exactly. Now, and the trial was held in black-ass Norristown, Pennsylvania. Okay, which don't get no blacker than that. That's the last black line before you get to a town called King of Prussia, which is an area called Valley Forge, which is where all the, where everything starts to turn, half-ass lily white or what have you. Mm-hmm. But Norristown is black as ever. I used to hang out in Norristown. And it's just amazing how you couldn't find a higher number of black people in a town that is predominantly black. But anyway, comedian Bill Cosby was found guilty on Thursday of 3 felony counts of aggravated indecent assault by a Montgomery County, Pennsylvania jury. Cosby is now 80 years old. He was retried on the 3 felony counts and for doping and sexually assaulting this young lady named Andrea Constance in 2004. All right, and she's 44 years old. She looks about 100. She was a former women's basketball coach at Temple University where Cosby was a trustee and a major donor during the time of their assault situation. I really thought that this lady Constance would get her hair done a different way, but she still came in there with that little nappy afro. So what are you gonna do? So this is I'm just saying this because when you go on TV to go to court and things like that, I mean the world's seeing you every day, and the clothes she wore, I've seen better stuff hanging on the rack in the Salvation Army or the Goodwill, and this lady just came in there looking all homely. I think that was a plant because they tried to make it. Then you had the other women that weren't in the trial that were. I mean, if I sound biased toward this, it's only because initially this case was sealed. And they made Cosby a promise when he did we call that the when you do the court thing, the
sealed.
Well, it was sealed, but he also did. What word am I looking for? He did the deposition. He did a deposition, and they said, "Well, this is going to be sealed. We just want to know what happened." And he was saying different things, and he unsealed it and took him to trial. So he was shanghaied from the beginning on that. And I say that because of myself as an African American male. Well, call me a black man, shit, for all that African American bullshit. It could happen to me. It could happen to anybody, where you could just be drawn in by the okie doke and fall for the crap, And you got Harvey Weinstein out here in Hollywood. He was just a predator from the Himalayas. I mean, this is generations and generations of new actors who came along saying that as soon as they got off the bus, as soon as they stepped off the Greyhound bus, that they were sexy and good looking, Weinstein ended up pinned to the wall, He was the original maker of the casting couch. He just had it all. It wasn't even about drugs with him. With him, it was about an opportunity. Now, what's the difference in you giving somebody a drug and offering somebody an opportunity? What is the difference? There's no difference. There's no difference. Because when people want something, now, like I said, I'm not being so unbiased on this or unsympathetic to the particular situation. But I'm saying, too, that I think that Cosby's wife, Camille, seems to be a very liberal woman that allowed her husband to just let himself be who he was. She wasn't overbearing. She wasn't jealous. She wasn't riding his ass or just sweating him like whatever. But the young lady who was in this trial here, this lady with this little curly afro, whatever it was she was wearing, she knew he was married at the time. But all these situations, when we was over his house and we was alone in the study, why the hell were you alone in the study with a married man? Did that ever come to your mind? You didn't even think about the matrimony stuff. You was there for your own particular needs, and you knew that, Camille was probably out of town or she was in her other part of the house because, he was a millionaire. He had a mansion, and you are all starstruck, so you follow lead on everything. And then all of a sudden, once you wasn't a flavor of the month no more, now you're going to, get a little attitude with things. And I'm speculating and talking stuff. But I'm just saying deep down the side that this whole situation was the fact that you spent a lot of time with a married man under his roof. But you didn't care about your moral code or ethics. But now you want to go in to get or do whatever you want to do. And then what got me, too, is the other ladies that was out there who didn't say anything until 20 years later. They're all outside the courtroom, kumbaya. And this one black girl out there, I don't know what her name was, but, man, she rolling all over the place. And she hugging on Aldridge, the lawyer, the female lawyer.
Yeah, Gloria.
Gloria Aldridge, she's a snake in the grass. She's like a damn crocodile when you put your foot in the damn water just to wet your damn toes and the crocodile bites your damn leg off. She's just always there when any case got to do with anything or anybody. She's always, people got to understand that if you've seen the O.J. Simpson trial and the repercussions of that, you would see how at least 500 to 1,000 people became famous just based on that trial alone. Are still commentators and anchor people and legal representatives like your girl, the crazy looking chick out of she's on CNBC now. She's on the
who's that?
The one that had the facelift around her lips. Remember she was looking all crazy.
Oh,
with
you talking about Marsha?
No, not Marsha.
Oh.
Her nose was bent and she had her nose straightened out. Man, it may look good for a minute, but then she reverted back being, looking hideous.
I don't remember her name.
Oh man, what was her name? She was with a guy named Cossack. He's a lawyer now on ESPN. Damn, what is her? I forget her name. Yeah, if you're a caller and you listen to this show, press 1 if you know the name of this lady. But she had her own, Greta Van Zandt.
Yeah.
Greta Van Zandt. Greta Van Zandt and Cossack were a team on the OJ trial, working with, I think, CNBC or CNN or whatever. Mm-hmm. But now they broke off, and she got her own show. And the guy, Cossack, her partner, the other man, the legal guy, he's a legal guy on ESPN. Mm-hmm. And all these people started on the OJ trial. I mean, there's so many people that veered from the OJ trial out to their own particular existence. That's how sensationalized this was. So, I mean, getting back to what I was saying, if I lose my chain of thought, all I'm saying is that now, according to this trial and all this here, they're saying it's an extraordinary case to have a jury service. Judge Stephen O'Neill told the juries after announcing the verdict that you have sacrificed much, but you have sacrificed in the service of justice, trying to make them feel good about this. So, talking to white folks, and when if it was just black folks, he would have said you're dismissed, go home, what have you. But he's honoring them like they did some great service. Anyway, the sentencing date for the comedian has been set. All right, each count of the felony charges carry at least 10 years, so he could spend up to 30 years in jail.
And do you think he's really going to end up in jail?
Well, I think that first of all, I think he should get to the point now where, as the saying goes, you can't put a price on your freedom. So therefore, you need to look at how much money you got. You need to start liquidating some of this money now, and you should spend this money now to keep your ass out of jail by extending the. You need to show that poor ass town of Norristown and get with some of your real rich friends, and see what they could do to help facilitate you so you can extend your time and stay out of jail. I mean,
they already said they're going to appeal the decision.
Right, and you should appeal it.
Sometimes appeals can get dragged out.
Right, and if you got money that you could throw in those appeals and have all kinds of different. He's got a great lawyer too, and so hopefully he can extend his time and just relax. I mean, because I saw something on TV the other day, and I'm gonna cut it here. And you wouldn't believe all the black people in the world that died of hypertension. Hypertension based on, I think most of your being a diabetic had things to do with it. But hypertension with black folks is just in our DNA. And I just don't want the brother now to develop a hypertension situation and be too worried about this. And just be cool. Just be cool. There's nothing you can do but follow the law aspect. Don't go out like that. So good luck to you, Bill.
Yep. All right. If you want to join the conversation tonight, you can give us a call, 914-803-4306. If you're listening online, give us a call and join us, or if you're already online, you can just press 1 and join the conversation. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines on the Pajama Party Show. This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306. Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also, at apajamaparty.com, too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing airtime, as usual.
I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again.
Well, can y'all tell me what time?
9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right,
okay.
Right. Either way.
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all.
7 o'clock if you're in...
okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do the math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time, 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender.
Is that it?
Hey.
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe?
Hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, the bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted. All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Oh, so I darling.
Oh, God, here we go.
You still with the French guy?
Yeah,
We've been there.
Oh, boy.
She's been sticking a French guy, and he's changed her accent.
All up in my business.
Yeah, business. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of hit it and quit it. Time for the hit it and quit it headlines.
That's a good segue. I before I get into my story, I want to give a shout out to Miss Stephanie at a particular liquor store that hooked me up with the rum chata.
Okay. Shout out to Miss Stephanie.
It's off the chain. I thank you. I thank you.
All right.
We all enjoying it here.
Yeah, it tastes like some little bit of rum and.
Oh, cinnamon rum.
Anyway.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Get into this story?
Yep. Go right ahead.
All right. Teachers walk out in Arizona and Colorado. Arizona and Colorado teachers wore red shirts and descended upon their respective capitals for a second day in a growing educator uprising. Educators in both states want more classroom resources and have received offers either for increased school funding or pay. The walkouts are the latest in demonstrations that spread from West Virginia, Oklahoma, and Kentucky. See, teachers are uniting.
Good.
On the first day of the historic statewide walkout in Arizona, around 50,000 educators and their supporters marched downtown Phoenix. It was about 100-degree heat, but they were there. Lawmakers in Colorado have agreed to give schools their largest budget increase since the Great Recession. But teachers say Colorado has a long way to go to recover lost ground during the downturn and stick to the provisions of the voter-approved amendment aimed at increasing school funding and countering the effect of the state's strict tax and spending limits. Arizona's Republican Governor, Doug Ducey, has proposed 20% raise by 2020, but said he has no plans to meet with striking teachers or address other demands. Teachers voted to walk out after Ducey unveiled his plan, saying that it failed to meet their other demands, including about $1 billion to return school funding to pre-Great Recession levels and increase pay for support staff. And they said more than 840,000 students were out of school as a result of Thursday's walkout. That's a lot of students. Most of the Arizona public schools will be closed the rest of the week. And about half of all Colorado students will see their schools shuttered over 2 days as teachers take up the Arizona movement, Red for Ed. Interesting. Hashtag Red for Ed mantle. In Oklahoma and West Virginia, teacher strikes stretch beyond the 1 week mark. Wow. Interesting. Teachers walked out in Arizona and Colorado. That's a mess. You think that the Arizona people they should have continued to walk out?
I think they should. I think they should stand up for what's right. It worked for the West Virginia teachers because when they walked out and said enough is enough, they said, look, we're almost under the poverty line.
Right.
We're doing all of this for, as everybody always says, the children are our future. But yet all the athletes get all the money and the teachers get the crumbs. That's not right.
I don't understand it. Yeah, because they're with our kids, at least 6 or 7 hours out of the day.
Yeah, these are the people that are molding the minds of tomorrow.
I agree.
Why is it that they can't get paid a decent salary?
Right.
They should get a good salary, not just decent. They should get well paid.
Right.
Get paid.
They're like babysitters, counselors, teachers, confidant, friend.
I agree.
Come on.
I have to say here in a school here in D.C., There was about 2 or 3 educators. They end up leaving the school because a lot of things were not changing as they wanted them to. Some better things for the school, so they just didn't agree with how the school was, running things, so they left. So, sometimes that's what you have to do to make a point. And that's sad, though, because the children suffer, because especially if it's a good teacher, and all of a sudden they're leaving, but, they just have to make a stand.
Yeah, but I know there's different places that are starting to do this. The teachers are really starting to branch out, and because down in West Virginia, boy, they were doing their thing, boy. So.
But that's good. They supported Oklahoma and Kentucky. That's good. So.
Yeah.
I mean, that it would be hard for them to try to get a whole lot of teachers to replace them. When people have walkouts or demonstrators, stuff like that, they try to replace people, but that would be hard. Especially the school is almost over, and most schools over in June, so that would be crazy to try to replace people. But
Well, I'm gonna wear my red shirt in honor of the teachers. And I hope they get the money, because I think one of the people said, one of the legislators said that they were going to give them like a 20% increase or something, but over 5 years or some stupid.
Right, not until 2020. It should get up to the cap by 2020.
That's ridiculous.
20%?
Yeah, it's like 20. Was it 20%?
Yeah, it was 20%.
Yeah, by 2020.
Yep. Has proposed 20% raises by 2020, but said he has no plans to meet with them, the ones that are striking now. So you promising stuff, but you scared to confront them.
Right. You don't want to sit down and
talk
to them.
So is this 20% accumulate and be paid by? I mean, we're talking 5%. Well, 2020 but a couple of years away.
So I guess they mean, what, 10% each
That's
of them?
No, they're not giving out the details.
But 10%, that's a lot. I mean, I'm just saying, are they going to do that? It sounds like a bunch of crap to me.
But that's probably why he's not meeting with them. He's shucking and jiving.
So we got some animated that says that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that is what that is. That's a big old pile of it.
It's a big old pile of
20%, man.
It is. That's nothing. Because if you make $40,000, 10% is $400, 20%
$800.
Is that right?
Wait a minute. No, you're wrong.
40,000, 10% would be 4,000.
Right.
20% would be 8,000.
Yeah, that's good. That's good money. Cause the average you get on the job.
Please.
But they're not hardly making nothing now.
The average
anyway.
you get on the job is 2%, 2-3% at the most. So, but
you have to keep in mind they haven't had a decent raise since the Great Recession. When was that? Are we talking in the 80s when Reagan was in office?
You're right.
Only because nobody really knows what to do. Everybody's expecting everybody
to know what to do. They just don't want to do it.
I mean, I guess it's all. What we have to do in the world is we have to cut the class of people thing. Everybody hangs with who they feel like they're comfortable with hanging with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The teachers hang with the principals hang with the administrators and the board members, and teachers with the teachers and janitors with the janitors, and we're all people going home to do the same shit, eat, sleep, and shit.
Well, they were also talking about pay for support staff. If you have 30 kids in a classroom with one teacher, it's impossible.
Yeah, you're not going to get much teaching.
Right. You need some teachers.
You're going to spend all day trying to discipline all the kids.
Because they have cut, what do they call them?
And these kids are slick today.
Right. Teaching
that whole electronic aspect has really put a void in that whole, all the unity.
We're talking about schools. Did you guys hear about this new thing that they're doing in school? The smoking in school.
What?
It's something called Julie, Jullly. It's a type of
what are those,
vapor
cigarette?
Yep, vapor cigarette, and it looks just like a thumb drive.
Really?
Yep, and you can charge it up on your computer.
Oh my gosh! You can stick it in the USB port?
You sure can to charge it up.
Wow.
So, one school, they said they putting, I don't know where they're getting this money from, but some school systems saying they putting $30 million in.
To allow it?
No, to stop it, to do different things. I guess classes and different things for them to not do different things like that. I don't know. But they're investing $30 million. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, e-cigarette looks like a thumb drive. Crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right, what you got over there, Papa?
Oh, it's me again?
Yeah.
Man, y'all getting a lot out of me.
Yeah, you're earning your dollar today.
What y'all paying me up in here?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You gonna put on the red shirt too?
No, I'm just ready to...
Yeah, go ahead. I did.
What do we? Am I on the Port Authority?
Yes, you are.
Situation. Okay, the Port Authority official resigns. All right, Port Authority commissioner has resigned following the release of a video showing her dive into a profanity-laden rant against 2 police officers in New Jersey. Oh, okay. So this is all right. Well, let me explain this here. Let me explain this here. The Port Authority is in charge of just about everything in the New York, New Jersey area. They have their own police department. They're in charge of the bridges. It just amazed me when I worked out in New York for a while how heavy the Port Authority was and their authority. They have to do with everything. South Street Seaport, the Jersey ports, all kind of things. The bus station, Port Authority, where you go to Greyhound bus and everything. Anyway, Port Authority commissioner has resigned following the release of a video showing her dive into a profanity-laced rant against 2 police officers in New Jersey. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So 2 police officers pulled over a car carrying several passengers on March 31st, and they had a partially obstructed license plate and tinted windows, according to NBC News. As officers prepared to leave, dash cam footage recorded Carmen Turner pulled up to the scene and approached the police officers after her daughter, a passenger in the car, called her for a ride. So Turner, 60 years old, was appointed as the commissioner at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey just last year. All right?
Just last year, huh?
Mm-hmm. So apparently the car was pulled over, and her somebody that she's related to or connected to was in the car, called her, and it's just her daughter. Okay, well, she just went into the police officers big time, and it was all caught on dash cam. And she probably had the gestures and the head swivels and the finger pointing and
I saw that video. She carried on.
Yeah, so I mean, so just I don't know. This whole situation is that people's authority. I mean, what was her ethnicity anyway?
Well, let me just put it this way. This was white privilege in motion.
Yeah, okay. That explains it.
Let me just add this. I'm sorry. Were you finished with the details?
Yeah, I was.
Tell you part
I'd like to elaborate because I want to read all this and where we could talk about it more and understand it better.
Well, part of what she said in the video is when the officers were trying to talk to her, she was like acting like you all don't have anything else to do than to stop these young ladies. These are MIT and Harvard students. MIT and Harvard, and you don't effing have anything effing better to do, and you need to effing get out of my face, and blah, 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 and they were trying to talk to her, and at one point, the guy with the officer was trying to say something like, well, ma'am, can I help you or something? And she said, you can't do an effing thing for me.
Really?
I was like, wow, really?
All that profanity.
Oh, she carried on, but when she started talking about these girls go to MIT and Harvard, I'm like, what has that got to do with them having a license plate that's messed up? They riding dirty.
Riding dirty.
They're riding dirty.
What were they saying? Well, were the girls saying anything?
The girls weren't saying anything. She was doing all the talking. And then once the video got out and her bosses, I guess, saw it, they were like, you need to go because now you're making the Port Authority look bad. And we can't have that here. So she said, all right, well then, as we know how they roll, I resign now. I resign.
Yeah.
I'm like, see? How come these folks don't pay the price for what they do?
That's what I'm saying.
I guess that's enough price. You lost your job. like she can't get another one.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but lost your job based on a resign, but it doesn't say lost. It doesn't say resign effective when, or how long that check gonna still roll.
That's true.
Or what other capacity you're gonna be put in, or whatever. Sometimes they use the resign word just so the newspaper can go on with a new story. Mm-hmm. So the next day they could talk about LeBron James or something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's just like you said. You know, it's privilege.
It's white privilege in motion.
Right privilege in motion. But but the sad part about it is that the car is jacked up. So after you did all that ramping and raving, what did you do now to help the girls, the MIT and Harvard little scallywags? What did you do to save them down the line when they get stopped somewhere in
and the
Tennessee
officer was trying
whatever?
to tell her that, ma'am, your daughter was not driving. She was a passenger. Mm-hmm. This is not your daughter's car. So really, this has nothing to do with your daughter. Your daughter is not being ticketed. She's not being, you know.
Oh, but she was making all this.
She was just in the car. But Mouth Almighty and Tongue Everlasting jumps out with all her white privilege, talking all this smack.
That's the
talking
first
about, and I will be talking to the. Then she flashed her badge from the Port Authority. Like, I want you to know who I am. You need to know who you're dealing with.
Port Authority don't have nothing to do with no damn cops. You in a different
jurisdiction, flashing badge like she got power and juice and all of this.
Port Authority doesn't have a lot of power.
And then she said, and then I will be in touch with the chief of police. And the officer said, please.
But are they a lateral to the police office, or are they above?
Well, they have different areas, but the Port Authority has their own. They got their own police force. They run the turnpike and all that shit. They got.
Those officers don't report to her people.
Yeah, but they're all law enforcement. All of them are all law enforcement.
I see. So it falls under that category.
Yeah, she's in the groove.
I know. When she said, "I'm gonna be talking to the chief of police,"
yeah, well,
and the officer said, "Please."
Please do.
He was like, please do. Yeah, that'd be great.
He knew the dash cam was rolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a plus.
I guess he was like, please keep performing.
And they act accordingly. I mean, they act like they have some sense.
I wonder how fast you're gonna get there when they get down the road getting North Carolina somewhere. How fast your ass gonna get down there to Target police? She was only lucky that day.
MIT and Harvard.
And then you got the little daughter too.
Or
you know,
Yale,
she called. She got mom on speed dial, like mom is her little savior when it comes to any trouble she
gets in. They get pulled over, they're riding dirty. So first thing she does is call mom, like, Mom, we got to stop, you got to come get me. And mom comes up in there like the Incredible Hulk.
She ain't calling mom when she in that frat house deep throating and drinking.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Let's move on. Right.
Next,
if
you guys want to continue a conversation besides the conversation about Poppa DD,
don't blame it on me.
Hit us up tonight at 914-803-4306 and press 1.
And press 1.
Yeah, reach us on.
If you're there. What else is happening?
There might be some callers here on this one. This Ronnie Jackson.
Oh God.
Poor Ronnie.
You know what? I'll tell my comments at the end.
Okay.
Ronnie Jackson, President Donald's physician, and nominee for Veteran Affairs Secretary, has withdrawn his name from consideration.
Oh, Ronnie.
Poor Ronnie.
Oh.
Jackson's withdrawal comes amid a Senate Veterans Affairs Committee investigation into allegations that the White House doctor created a quote-unquote hostile work environment, including excessive drinking on the job and improperly dispensing meds. Senators on the committee announced Tuesday that they were postponing Jackson's confirmation hearings in light of the concerns over his qualifications and conduct. The president stood by his nominee, of course, but hinted Jackson should possibly consider withdrawing his name.
He's like, I'll stand by you, but you might want to pull out.
Right. These are all false allegations. Trump said they are trying to destroy a man. Trump said he hadn't heard of the particular allegations against his nominee yet, but he also praised Jackson as one of the finest people that I've ever met and a great doctor.
Whatever.
Trump nominated Jackson to lead the Department of Veterans Affairs in March after the White House announced that David Shulkin would no longer be in the post. Jackson, he was a rear admiral in the Navy, has served under 3 different presidents. As the White House physician since 2006, and he came to the president's position in 2013. He found himself in the spotlight in January when he delivered a media briefing on Trump's medical checkup, saying he found the president to be in quote-unquote excellent health.
Yeah, that's what he claimed.
Excuse my language, but bullshit.
With that big ass stomach.
They shook hands in that hospital, and y'all jackass President Trump said,
"What you mean, y'all?"
That I'm going to nominate you. You tell everybody I have good health.
Yeah.
And nothing's wrong with me, and he'll nominate him.
Look, you straighten me out now, I straighten you out later.
See what I'm saying? But at least he, did his part of the bargain. He said, I'll nominate you. Now, after that, everything else is on you.
Exactly.
He
got skeletons in your closet.
I nominated you now.
He was a slob. I mean, I was in the Navy myself, and I never seen an officer in a uniform look as jacked up as he did. He
always looked drunk or something?
He drunk. His hair was too long, hanging out of his hat. When I saw him in his and this was the Admiral, where you got all kind of gold stuff on the bottom of your sleeve, and you got the scrambled eggs on your hat, and all this stuff.
Scrambled eggs?
Yeah, when you got the little ruffles in your hair, they call that scrambled eggs. It means you're an officer,
the
higher officer. Yellow stuff in the lid of the hat.
Oh.
He got a scrambled eggs on his hat. He's got the gold bars on the shoulder, but you look at him, he looks all drawn over, and hair needs a haircut. When you're wearing the Admiral uniform, you're supposed to be in tip-top look.
So my thing is, it sounds like he just got pushed up to that position.
Of course, because he knew people, white privilege.
But isn't that what Trump has done? He got Ben Carson doing a job. He has no idea what he's doing. Mm-hmm. You got Scott Pruitt running the EPA. He hates everything about the environment, but yet he's in charge of the environment.
And he's spending all kind of money.
But
flying all over the world, going to places he's never been to in his life.
Trump has made all these deals with people. He thinks he's still in business, quote-unquote businessman.
Exactly.
I think he should have stayed a businessman. He would have been a fortune.
Look, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back.
This stuff has been going on for a long time.
Okay.
And I think that people wonder why, people of color and people of minorities can't get anywhere, because that other monopoly of the majority, they got so much crooked shit going on that, you can't even get in. You can't even get in to fit in. Because they don't trust nobody, so as soon as you walk up somewhere with some color on you, ain't nobody open up no doors to you.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. So now your back feels in motion, watching what they do, and Trump has got the power to pardon anybody.
Yeah.
So anybody do any wrong, he done pardoned a couple people already.
There you go. You're right.
No matter who does what, they can be pardoned by the president. So
there you go.
No matter what you do wrong, all these guys, Finn and other dudes, they get 6 people that have been like in situations, but they ain't worried about nothing. They boys in office. Mm-hmm. These cats all hung together, and it's a mess.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm not sorry that he dropped out, because some of the people who worked with him, they said that his nickname was the Candy Man because he used to dispense pills like candy.
Yeah, he was a mess.
They called him Candy Man. Now
Yeah. Well. See what happens.
Candyman needs to go somewhere.
Y'all don't like ugly, and life usually balances itself out, thank goodness.
He's not too fond of cuties.
Okay.
Anyhow, all right, let's keep it going. What else is going on with Ford?
Oh, I got that story too? All right, I'll tell you
He's working us hard tonight, Papa.
I'll tell you what. All right. Ford is to stop selling all but 2 cars in North America. Now, I don't know something to say. Okay, Ford said, I got a little speck of something on my glasses. Redwine, you think you can clean my glasses real quick and give them right back to me?
You're funny.
All right. Ford said that Wednesday that it will shed most of its North American car lineup as part of a broad plan to save money and make the company more streamlined and competitive in the future for the new marketplaces coming along, the fast-changing marketplace. So the changes include getting rid of all cars in the region during the next 4 years, except for the Mustang sports car and the compact Focus crossover vehicle. All right. So
concentrate more on trucks.
They getting rid of they're never gonna get rid of them. That's their baby. That's why they getting rid of it, because everybody's making something. And those trucks are so, I don't know, they seem so offset. If I ever had a truck, I would definitely have a car. There's no way I would I'm going out on a Saturday night or something, got all dressed up, and I'm climbing up into a damn truck. I don't care how pretty it is. I'm sorry. It just don't work for me. I just need something a little low riding.
But anyway.
No, I just need something a little more comfortable, All right, like I was saying.
You say they're keeping the Mustang?
The Mustang and that little
Focus.
crappy-ass Focus. So gone is the Taurus,
Again?
I like the Taurus. The Taurus comes and goes.
I know.
Those other ones, like
the sedan cars.
We had
Fusion.
They
just bought that
Focus.
out.
Yeah, that's
Focus,
right.
Focus.
Well, they get rid of a lot of the four-door like sedans. I guess people are not really into that. So it's either economy or it's a truck.
Yeah. So CEO, his name is Jim Hatzis, said as the company releases first quarter earnings, they see they have a deficit as well as a surplus of cars that are left over every year. So I think that you might want to maybe sell them to people at a lower price, or sell them to people that have a 500 FICO score. Do them a favor instead of kicking them to the damn curb out of the car dealership because the goddamn credit's too low. You want to give them cars?
In the last 4 years might be a good time to buy a Ford sedan, huh? Right, little nothing, trying to get rid of it.
Anyway, so
that's interesting.
The decision, which Hassett said was due to, extreme decline, like I said, demands and profitability problems. He said that, but it seemed like financially they have no problem with the Mustang and they have no problem with the with the Focus. All right, so
because the Focus sells like hotcakes.
Yeah.
And the Mustang is like their mainstay car.
Right.
So they say that, and they say here that the Fusion and the Taurus will be discontinued. So if you're gonna get a Ford Taurus, get it. If you're gonna get a Fusion, get it. All right, so
interesting.
Exiting most of the car business comes from the U.S. market up against the Japanese market, and they say they're losing greatly. So.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go.
So we're going to be losing some Fords here after
Another
a while.
one halfway bites the dust.
Well, if you guys are interested, Ford stock's $11.49. You better buy it now.
Okay.
Yeah, better get into it. Yeah.
No horrible Mustang.
Okay.
Anyway, last topic for Hit It and Quit It. Talking about racial injustice again. Golf club justifies calling the cops on these black women. And one of them happened to be the head of a local NAACP chapter. So they messed with the wrong sisters this time. This was in Pennsylvania. The golf club has issued an apology now after one of the owners called the police on a group of black women for allegedly playing too slow and failing to leave the course when they were asked to.
Are you serious?
Now, the women are part of a group called Sisters on the Fairway. They met to play around at the Grandview Golf Club. Let me put them on the KISS list.
Where's that golf club at, Grandview?
Let me see.
Arizona,
I just know it's
Ohio.
in Pennsylvania.
No, it's in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
I'm not sure what city. They met there where they're all members. They're all paying members at this club.
Right, and which shows that they didn't investigate nothing. They just called the cops.
Yeah.
They didn't. Now these people, like you said, they're affiliated with a group. They're members of the club, and all they saw was brown skin.
Yeah.
They didn't give a crap when they called the police and said that the white men behind them claim that they're moving too slow. Now, mind you, the white men. Have you ever seen a golf bag?
Yeah.
You ever seen all the pockets in it? All right, now.
I know they're heavy too.
Yeah, the more liquor you put in it and the more paraphernalia you put in it, heavier it's going to be. But the golf clubs go down top and there's a place for the balls, but they make them specifically with all these other pockets for a reason.
Oh.
Believe me. And these are things that are supposed to be trade secrets to people of that particular,
Okay. Well, let me tell you what happened. So the Sisters in the Freeway met to play golf at the Grandview Golf Club, where all of them are members. When they got to the second hole, the group was approached by a white man who told them that they weren't keeping up the pace of play, and that they were holding up people.
Jeez.
She said, I was approached by Steve Cronister, who said, I'm one of the owners here, and you need to keep up the pace of play. And this is Karen Crosby talking. She said, to me, that was a gross misrepresentation of who he was, because he said he was an owner, but it turns out his son, Jordan Cronister, and his daughter-in-law, J.J. Cronister, co-own the golf course. So another golfer in the group said that Mr. Cronister was extremely hostile. He told them, you're going way too slow, I'll just give you a refund, and wanted them to leave. But Sandra Thompson, who's a lawyer and the head of New York County's NAACP local chapter, said that even though her group was not slowing down any other golfers, they decided to skip the third hole, thinking this will squash the whole situation. if we're so slow, we'd skip a hole, go forward. And they still weren't satisfied. So when they got to the 9th hole, the women were taking a break because they said this is customary when you're playing 18 holes. When you get to the 9th hole, people take a beer break, a rest break, whatever, take a break. So they were just wrapping up their break when they get approached by the same Steve Chronister, his son, another Chronister family member, and several employees. So they ganged up on him.
Mm-hmm.
He came up and told them, you got 5 minutes to leave, and the police are on their way.
Wow.
And they're like, what is the problem? So then the police show up, talk to everybody, and left. Because the police couldn't see what the issue really was. Mm-hmm. Nobody got arrested, none of that. Mm-hmm. So the police leave. So then on Sunday, because this happened over the weekend, last weekend, on Sunday, J.J. Chronister issued a statement apologizing for the incident, but then on Monday, he turned around and issued a second statement blaming the women for the whole situation. So it says that this latest incident is just one of many examples of white people calling the police on black people for insignificant reasons. And on Twitter, singer John Legend, summed it up, saying, why involve police in minor instances that could end up being deadly for black Americans? I'm with John on that one.
I'm going to give you the information where it was. It was Dover Township, York County, Pennsylvania.
Okay, York County.
Did you say the name of the golf club?
Yeah, Grandview Golf Club.
Yeah.
So I got them on the kitchen.
Yeah, York County. As a matter of fact, it's not really far from here. Because Pennsylvania loops around Maryland.
Right.
When you get down there by what's that area called? Towson and all that. When you go out west, you go back into Pennsylvania.
Oh, Towson, Maryland, yeah.
Right. You go back out west, and you go back out. You driving by past what's it called? Towson. You're out by Towson, another 10, 15 miles. You'll see a sign saying "Welcome to Pennsylvania." It's weird.
There's no need for them to be messing with them like that.
Well, that just goes to show you, and that's classic. That's classic. I mean, it's like, after a while, people think that they own something, and it's so sad, the culture of life's cultures. It doesn't mean that you possess it, and I think that's the biggest problem with the other persuasion. They think they own stuff. They think they own hockey. They think they own everything that they were culturally raised under. It's the fact that these different sports weren't popular in the black neighborhood back in the day. I think I've always said personally that if hockey was a much more lucrative sport in different areas, if it wasn't so culturally generated to more of the Caucasian base, I think that hockey would be a fantastic game to watch because it's a very strategic game. I mean, to whack a puck at 100 miles an hour into a net, it's got to be very interesting.
Well, let me. I'm gonna piggyback on that. One of the women, Ms. Thompson, she said the only other difference between us and other players was our race and our gender. And she goes on to say, York, a county of small towns, suburbs, and farmland in southern Pennsylvania, is about 50 miles north of Baltimore.
That's
it's
right.
Predominantly white. And Mrs. Ojo, who lives there. One of the ladies lived there. Black and Latino people are concentrated in the largest of the area, which is the city of York. This ain't Baltimore, she added.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We can't do nothing to go nowhere. It's just sad.
Yeah, I'm about sick of it.
Because they just, and then make it so bad, the guy that came up there is a wannabe. Like she said, he wasn't even on there.
Co-owner. Yeah. One of many.
Well, like I've always said, too, and I'll just put this out there.
All bold.
I'll put this out there.
Want them to be there.
I'll put this out here, too. There's another scenario with that here.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
I'll do one more. I'll do one better. Now, the flip side of that is that they let the privilege go in a whole nother direction, whereas if let's say the white guy got jungle fever, all right, now, and now he wants to get with a sister. Now, just like that guy said that he was the owner and wasn't, they'll go to a friend of theirs, like this guy said, he'll go to who knows a owner of the Sixers or wherever, the Wizards, and get a box seat ticket and take the black girl to the basketball game, put her in the box seat on the first date and perpetrate to her, and she's all in awe, wow. I think that the biggest thing and this is what I heard, is that in most cases with guys that have that jungle fever thing, when they do take a black woman on a date, they make it their business to take that black woman somewhere where they know a black guy would not take her. You know what I mean? Where they're already in.
So they're not threatened.
They're already in. No, but they're already in. When it comes to tapping that,
they show off in
they
front.
show off, and then and after a while, the sister finds out a couple weeks later that he didn't own this, he didn't own that.
Yeah.
He's just
Somebody
a bum.
gave him those tickets. That's not his
He's
boss.
just a bum.
And all
Yeah,
that.
but he's got drinks coming in, and who knows? He probably got in that night, and all of a sudden the seeker's out.
You're right.
Oh, it's deep. It's strategy. I mean, what has changed since slavery when it comes to the aspect of the abuse of black women? Has it really changed when it comes to manipulation?
No, you just put on a different outfit.
It's a whole different look now.
Well, we're going to take a quick break.
If you guys,
getting deep.
if you guys got any questions or comments, please call us 914-803-4306
and press 1.
Press 1 and
We'll
get
be right back.
I am Ketel from the original Pajama Party. If you haven't heard Pajama Party Show, you've missed out. We've got hot topics, hidden and quitted headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, our weird news, I'm Just Saying with Redwine, Living for the City with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, of course, the cocktail of the week, and the world-famous Ketel list. And, of course, we can't forget the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 914-803-4306, or listen live at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
Come back to the Pajama Party. I'm on here. Ketel?
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay. All right.
So what's popping tonight, Poppa D?
Popping tonight. I tell you what.
I know you got one for
I want to talk about what am I talking about anyway?
Got
My
allegations.
chiffon is
Talking
wet,
about
my wig is
allegations.
wet. Yeah, allegations. You know,
What you talking about, Willis?
You know, I'm going to say this here. I just think that in the world, when we use the term due process, due process has its advantages. It holds everybody in check on just talking out of turn or saying what they just want to say and thinking that their voice is the only voice that means something. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I just think that lately, all these accusations that's been charged against people based on somebody doing something to somebody 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or what have you, I mean, it's like, here's the deal. If you felt like you didn't come out and say something back then because of your job and all the stuff you was worried about at that particular time, that's cool. But now, if you want to pursue that now, you feel like you want to say something to somebody, whatever, then what you need to do is get you a lawyer, okay? Mm-hmm. And you need to file charges against this person, or draw a complaint with your local authority, okay? With your local authority. That way now you can have an inquest with the police department, with the prosecutors, to find out if you have a case, if you're that serious about what you're trying to do. But people now are going straight to the media. And the media is going straight to the airwaves. Mm-hmm. And the person that's being accused wakes up in the morning, sees his face on TV. Pa-da! With a person that he's been working with for the last 10 years, that whatever went down, it went down, but 10 years ago, hell, I don't even remember how I was wearing my hair then. I don't remember what type of drawers I was wearing back then, what type of soap I was using, whether I was using baby lotion or baby gel. What the hell was I doing 10 years ago? I don't know. Who was I doing 10 years ago? I don't know. Mm-hmm. and don't really care as time progresses and goes on. But when you go straight to the media, and I fault the media, I fault how they put it out, how big time media picks it up. Like, for example, let's just grab one example, and I won't stay long on this at all. Tom Brokaw. They come out on him all of a sudden, out of nowhere. This man is damn near 75 years old. He used to be a real, distinguished guy, but now he's old now. He was on Meet the Press about a month ago. It's like this here. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's doing his thing up in his age now. And a lady that worked with him saying, "Oh yeah, he touched my breast." I said, "What? That old 72-year-old breast you got in front of your chest now? Them same titties?" I mean, I'm making jokes, but I'm saying, you blindside the man, you shell shock the man, and we have to understand, shell shocking is amazing, man. It's exhilaratingly unhealthy. Talk to Michael Jackson with his accusations of all the child stuff and everything. That shit fucks with your head. You're guilty till proven innocent. And that's unfair because you got people out here doing stuff. You got people that robbed the bank physically, ain't went to trial yet. So they were caught robbing the bank, and then they went to jail, and they're being held without bail, and they ain't been accused of nothing yet. And, it's just, and, the one thing that you cannot do with people is change their life on a social or sexual level. It is completely fucked up. I mean, your mind is so... Accuse somebody of something takes you out of the game in a big way. You know what I mean? If you're accused of some type of child abuse situation now people feel like you can't go near a fucking daycare center. They go, keep them over away from there. Whoa. And if somebody accuses you of some shit that thought they seen you could have been helping the child or whatever, you let the child look at you, skin her knees, and somebody walk up and you holding the girl up, she got a little dress on, and the person walk by, see her ass, say, "Oh my God, he lifted the dress up," he's looking at her ass, and wait a minute, the girl fucking knee is bleeding, I picked her up, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden you get accused of this, and now you're a sex offender, and all kind of stuff going on in your life is like, you fucked up in 5 minutes. But the people that accuse it ain't thinking about what's going on with that. But was that your way of getting back at Tom Brokaw after 20 years? What did Tom Brokaw really do to you? And did you feel like you didn't get yours because he was getting his? I mean, I'm just making accusations with stuff. But who knows what? Right? Who knows what that was? Why didn't you go to the police and draw a complaint?
Right.
And let the police and the prosecutors. That's what police, detectives, and prosecutors are for. Go to the police. They tell the detectives tell the prosecutors. That's the role. Bing, bang, boo. If you don't know, watch Blue Blood. That'll show you what them Reagans do. One's a cop, one's a detective, the sister is a prosecutor.
There you go.
And you go there and let them do shit.
Right.
Then when they got a case, well, no, you don't have a case. It's 12 years ago, statute of limitations ran out, yada, yada, yada. Okay, all right, I tried. And you walk out the door. But you don't go to NBC and then Robin Roberts said, "Oh, on that day, what the hell, Robin? What you doing? What? How did you get the right to say that to him when nobody, and I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that.
I think that's how the Cosby thing, one after another.
And then he said, "Oh, these are all ladies that accused him of this here." I said, "Oh, well, so all y'all teamed up because he promised you a thing in here, and y'all didn't get what y'all wanted, and they're definitely not Boom Baby."
All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna lighten it up and slide on into the weird news.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, let's lighten it up. All right, I'm gonna go first tonight.
Please do.
Oh,
I got a man who survived a bear attack got bitten by a shark.
Oh, I saw that.
This guy's just unlucky with animals.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's got critter troubles. So this Thursday, 20-year-old resident of Grand Junction, Colorado, he's just 20, was bitten by a shark while boogie boarding off the island of Kauai in Hawaii. Now, this is less than a year after McWilliams was attacked by a 300-pound black bear while camping in Boulder County, Colorado. McWilliams was about 30 yards from shore when he was knocked off his board and suddenly felt a searing pain in his right leg. He said, at first I panicked. I didn't know if I had lost half of my leg or what. He said he believes the animal that attacked him was a 6 to 8 foot tiger shark. He saw the stripes, and he kicked it hard before attempting to swim back to shore. Although an experience like that might make some people afraid of future ocean swims, McWilliams was mad that the cuts kept him from boogie boarding. He said, I'm just mad I can't get back in the water for a couple of days. Of course, McWilliams is almost used to being attacked by large creatures with big teeth after his bear encounter last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and 3 years ago, he was bitten by a rattlesnake while hiking in Utah.
Oh, my God.
The bear claw, they took a chunk out of his head.
Despite being a magnet for animal attacks, McWilliams says that he does not hold a grudge. He just figures he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it seems like he's always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I saw that story. He was very...
he's a younger,
his head was cut pretty bad, too.
And he still wants to go back in the woods, back in the water, and... Oh, well, I guess he'll learn the hard way.
Maybe.
I think nature's trying to tell that guy something. But...
Oh, okay. I guess I'm next.
Yeah, anyway, what's happening in Texas?
Texas man sentenced to 50 years for $1.2 million theft of fajitas.
Wow.
In Brownsville, Texas, a Texas man has been sentenced to 50 years in prison for stealing $1.2 million worth of fajitas over 9 years. Really? Oh, stealing food? Maybe the man was hungry. 53-year-old Gilberto Escamilla was sentenced Friday after pleading guilty to theft by a public servant. The Brownsville Herald reports he told the court the fajita scheme spun out of control. Escamilla had been intercepting fajitas that had been ordered through the Cameron County Juvenile Center, where he worked, and delivering them to his own customers. Oh, he was making a profit.
So he would order this stuff like it was for the facility.
See, right.
And then he would take it
and
sell it to other people.
His scam was uncovered when he missed work for a medical appointment, and an 800-pound fajita delivery arrived at the center, which doesn't serve fajitas. Escamilla was fired in August and arrested after authorities checked vendor invoices and obtained a search warrant that uncovered county-funded fajitas in his refrigerator.
Now, why does he get arrested? For using county money to run his own little business scheme. But all these other politicians just get to say, well, I resign.
That's a big fine. For 50 years? That doesn't make sense.
This is what I'm saying. 50 years. Okay, yeah, it was $1.2 million worth of stuff.
Why not do maybe 5 to 10 years maybe, and then you have to serve restitution. You have to give that money back.
That's a good question. That does seem like a very severe penalty for fajita meat.
I'm not going to go in no Brownsville, Texas, but see, he was doing it for profit. He did it almost 10 years, so I'm like, but 50 years? No.
I think that judge was really pissed off.
That just doesn't match the crime, 50 years.
I agree.
People have, killed people and stuff like that for 50 years. Are you just stealing some food?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Over to you, Poppa DD. What you got?
Fake shadow boxing helps a single Japanese woman feel safe at home.
A fake what?
A Japanese woman.
I don't understand.
Wait a minute. You said a fake shadow what?
Boxing.
Fake shadow boxers. Shadow boxers when there's a reflection of you boxing and it's on the wall. They call it shadow boxing. You can see your arms and everything like on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Like you.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
anyway. Okay, in Tokyo, Japan, behind the apartment curtain, a tough guy is boxing, throwing lefts and right hooks and jabs.
You okay?
I'm sorry. Almost.
And lunging forward enough to make any criminal passing by think twice about breaking in. All right, the image is nothing more than a projected shadow, but one that a Japanese apartment manager company hopes will help protect any unsafe feeling Japanese resident.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway.
They think of everything.
All right. Still in the prototype stage. Man on a curtain is what it's called. Use your smartphone to connect to a projector.
Okay.
Which kicks a shadow on the wall, showing a man throwing lefts, rights, and right hooks.
So who's that gonna fool if they keep seeing him boxing all the time? What? If somebody's scouting out your house and every time they come by and they look and they see dude boxing through the curtain, don't you think they would start to wonder?
You put the reflector up against the curtain, and the curtain shows someone throwing lefts and rights and right hooks and things like that.
That makes them feel safer.
Yeah.
I guess.
So now to mix things up a little bit, the man can calm down and do more mundane things like get dressed, chill out with a guitar, or even they show him vacuuming the floor.
Really, Papa?
Yeah, he has a vacuum.
I think you're making that up. Are you serious?
The man could be chained to a guitar player, getting
so
dressed,
see a shadow, somebody stroking
a guitar, or putting a tie on, or even it can go.
So
as far
she's trying to make the impression that somebody's there. She lives alone, but
right.
Okay, so this is like a fake me out security thing.
Right. Get a boyfriend, B.I.H.
OMG.
It's like that thing with the dog barking.
Oh,
God.
God.
You play it whenever somebody you think is outside your house, and the dog is out there acting a fool.
God. Was that it, Bob?
That is crazy.
Yeah, the system is run by a security company called Leo Place 21 Corporation.
That's interesting.
Okay, manager of the
think
firm's
of everything,
advertising
I'm
group.
telling you.
Very creative. I have to give them that.
Yeah, it's creative. I don't know how convincing it is, but it's creative.
Could you? Never mind. I'm not even. I can't fix it.
Don't even do it.
I was gonna say something like, somebody's calling your mother.
Here's the bottom line. It says, but it is also determined that in particular, criminals might sooner or later
figure it out.
Figure out that a man behind the curtain, shadow boxing, playing a guitar, or fixing a tie, meaning there's a woman there living alone.
Yeah, I guess if they go to a couple of places and see that same thing and be like, wait a minute,
that's the same
the same man doing karate or boxing or playing a guitar, getting
but especially if you play it on a regular, that could be a regular thing, and you walk by there every day, like, that same man doing the same thing?
Yeah. That is really weird. And this is where in Japan?
Japan. Yeah.
Okay.
Your people.
Well, can I just go to I'm Just Saying? Because I'm raring to
go.
Come on with it.
Okay, I want to make sure I didn't jump the gun, because I know I do sometimes.
We waiting on it. Come on.
All right, tonight I'm just saying, if you want to bust one, bust them all. And I'm talking about Representative Patrick Meehan, who's from Pennsylvania. He said today that he's immediately resigning, and this was months after he said he would not seek re-election. Now, this was following reports that he used taxpayer money to secretly settle a misconduct complaint. Taxpayer money, okay? He used $39,000 of Philadelphia's taxpayer money to settle a complaint that was against him. And then, when he got busted, he just said, okay, I'm going to pay that back. But what I don't understand is, why didn't he get arrested or something?
Right, exactly.
Now, we just saw what happened with Cosby, and I'm not trying to compare the two, that they're the same thing. However, why does this guy get to just resign and pay it back? This man harassed a woman that was his aide in his office. He was telling people that this woman was his soulmate, but she didn't see it that way. What happened was, he didn't want to go through the whole ethic committee investigation, or so he said, and he didn't want his staff to have to go through all of that, whatever, drama and whatnot. So he decided, I'm just going to resign. But he put that female aide through so much that she eventually quit just to get away from him. So that's how much he was harassing her. So to settle the situation, he decided to just say, all right, I resign, and I'll pay the money back. Well, how nice. But I'm just saying, if you're going to bust one, like Cosby, then bust them all. Now, the aide, who was not named, and staffers familiar with this whole issue said that Meehan had expressed interest in the aide's personal life, and he attempted to pursue a romantic relationship with her. But his behavior toward her, they said, turned hostile after she rejected him. The woman wanted nothing to do with him, but then he got hostile toward her and made the work environment so unbearable that she filed a complaint against him. Then she started working from home to get away from him, and eventually she just quit. And what happened to Meehan? He entered into some mandatory counseling and mediation and eventually reached a settlement with the woman that included her signing a non-disclosure agreement. Now, first of all, if you got to sign a non-disclosure and you go into a whole settlement thing, clearly something happened. Because otherwise, what you settling? And what are you non-disclosing?
And she did it the right way, like I was just saying.
Exactly.
She went to the police and filed a
claim.
Formal complaint.
And then it got settled
out of court. And they got with him, and
he got $39,000. But the problem is, the congressman paid the $39,000 using congressional funds.
Which should be a charge within itself.
It should be. He should have gotten arrested for that, but he didn't.
That's right. Which was the cover-up of the prosecutor and everybody else.
Exactly. Now, like I said before, and I'll say again, I don't know a whole lot about the law, but it sure sounded illegal to me. But yet he gets to brush this off his shoulders and resign his cushy job and walk away. And we'll see if he really repays that $39,000 or not. He harassed this woman, made advances to her, stressed her out to the point of her quitting the job. He paid her off with state money or city money, and then had her sign a non-disclosure agreement. And how much more proof of guilt do you need?
No, she signed a non-disclosure agreement before she got that money.
Well, either way, I'm just saying that after all of that, clearly there was something that was done that was wrong, that he had to pay her, and her had to sign an agreement.
Right.
I'm not talking about what happened first. So this is Redwine, and I'm just saying, if you're going to bust one, you need to bust them all. That's all I got.
Wow.
Sick and tired.
And everything with him was blatant, and the prosecutor was in bed with him for him to pay that. When they follow up and see what's going on with the case, and he then paid her off with money that belongs to the city, that was just, everybody's head should roll all over the place.
How are you using city money to pay off a sexual allegation charge? I mean, come on. I don't get it.
That the prosecutor knew exists. They knew it exists because she turned it in.
Exactly.
So it's boy, he's worse than Cosby, really. His is modern day. It's new. There's money involved. There's admitted guilt involved. I tell you,
it's a lot of wrongdoing going around.
There's a lot of crap.
And only certain people get to become poster children for, being nailed to the cross.
Yeah, but you know what, though, God don't like ugly. I don't think you're
really
getting away with anything.
No, it's going to come back.
Karma is a month.
Well, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later.
Okay. Let's go over to Living for the City. Over to you, Poppa DD.
Well, on Living for the City, I just really want to focus on the fact that I think that if no matter what your status is, I just want to recommend one song for everybody. If you go to the Stevie Wonder album, which is Hotter Than July, where he has his little braids on, okay? There's a song called Cash in Your Face. You should definitely listen to that song, understand that song, okay, and believe it, because it's a very deep song. It's on the Hotter Than July album. If we look at the album, it's side 2 on the other side. And Cash in Your Face. It's just going to show you that no matter what you do as a black person, you're going to be scrutinized. And I see it all the time. I ride the train a lot. And I could get up on a train and, let's say I want to get something out of my bag over the overhead. When I reach up in the overhead to get my bag, and while I'm up there, I can look down all of a sudden, and there's 4 or 5 white people looking at everything I do. They're looking to see whether or not I'm in somebody else's bag or whatever. I was on the Ketel train one time, and I was sitting on the back area back there, and everybody had their bag, and they got a little hump seat in the back. I'm sitting on a little hump seat, like the last part of the train. Like in the beginning or the end, there's a hump seat on the end that maybe the conductor sits on between routes. So I'm sitting back on a little hump seat. and I put my bags in the rack right here, and everybody had their bag. Every time I went in my bag to get something, whether it be my headphones, whatever, 4 or 5 heads would turn around because they thought I was maybe going in their bag. And I just happened, you know, when you feel eyes on you. I turned to my left, and there's 4 or 5 eyes going.
Wow.
What's the black guy doing? And they're tracing like every move, like. You know, it's nothing but skin color. It has nothing to do with my, you know, I'm a nice guy, so I know what my personality, you know. I mean, it just was amazing. And it just, the observation that's on you is amazing. I'm just saying, and I'll close out with this. As an African-American or black person, watch yourself in everything you do. In the mall, everywhere you go, on the golf course, everything you do, stay a step ahead of them. If they want to go, say go. Go. Want to get in front of me? Go. 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 Next, if y'all can go, we chilling over here. And light up a blunt and shit while they, you know. I mean, it's just, all I'm just saying is that don't be controversial. You're getting too old for that. And we cannot be controversial because they'll call the police, like John Legend said, and what they report to the police on that phone will blow your mind. There's a black guy here and he's throwing because they want immediate response.
Right.
You know, and when the police get there, the closed-minded police, instead of them coming and assessing the situation, they still got in their head on what was transferred by a radio. There's a black guy and a fool.
I say let's fight.
That's all I say.
So
put them up. But you know what? These back to those black women, they're gonna fight with their pen. Power of a pen. One of them was a lawyer, like you said.
That's right.
So, man, good. That's what I say. Well, if you want to get in the conversation, hit us up 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 and get in the queue.
All right.
Take a little CC.
And we're coming back with the Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel.
Right. This is Beyonce. No! It's Friday night, so run and tell somebody that the Pajama Party is on right now, right here on WPJP Blog Talk Radio. Oh, yeah, this is how we do it. Call 914-803-4306 and press 1 to get in on the conversation. Or you can join us online at www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner. So if you want to give a shout-out, wish a happy birthday, hear yourself on the radio, or get your 15 seconds of fame, you need to call us right now on 914-803-4306 and press 1. How often do you get a chance like this? Hey, we're only on till 10 p.m. Eastern, so get on the phone and call us right now. We're waiting to make you famous, even if it is just for tonight. Don't be shy. Call 914-803-4306 and press 1. I'm going to stop by the bar, but I'll meet you back at the show.
welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Hey.
And we're taking applications to replace the 2 of those.
Oh, Lord.
So.
All right.
I am irreplaceable. Merci beaucoup.
Ooh,
All
that's
right.
good. Nice and cold.
I guess everybody is out hanging out tonight. It's okay. We here partying with our cocktails.
Yes. So what's happening in Hollywood this week?
Well,
interesting. You got your sound effects.
ABBA, however you want to pronounce it, announced its first new song in 35 years.
Who?
ABBA.
ABBA?
They have announced that they have written and recorded their first new song since the split in 1983. The decision to go ahead with the exciting ABBA Avatar. Y'all know more than I do?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, after I finish all you can sing your thing. The decision to go ahead with the exciting ABBA Avatar tour project had an unexpected consequence. We all felt that after some 35 years, it could be fun to join forces again and go into the recording studio. So their new songs include I Still Have Faith in You. That's one of the new songs. That will come out in their special that's going to air in December. The centerpiece is the 2-hour TV show co-produced by NBC and BBC, which will see the band perform as computer-generated avatars. So they're not really going to actually be there. Yeah. ABBA formed in Stockholm in 1972. They comprised of 2 couples. Didn't know that. All of whom have enjoyed musical careers in Sweden. The group burst onto the international stage after winning this Eurovision Song Contest in Brighton in 1974 with their song Waterloo. Also, the stage show was adapted into a film in 2008, which grossed $615 million worldwide. A sequel, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, will be released in June. You know, that included Meryl Streep and some other people.
Oh, the movie Mamma Mia? Oh, the musical?
The musical.
Yeah, okay.
ABBA split in 1983, followed the divorces of both couples.
Oh.
So that's probably when they split, but one of the members said, they wanted them to get back together like in 2000 to do a concert. They were offered like a 100 billion. It says 1 BN, so I guess it's different in their category in Sweden. So it's probably less. They were offered that amount of money in 2000 to do a concert, but the guy was like, "We don't need the money." They really didn't need the money.
So both couples divorced, but now they're going to go back in the studio.
Right, but they're going to do this Avatar type thing, but, I don't know.
It's like we're together, but not.
Right, but they're still doing things musically, but they're just doing it individually.
Okay.
Ann Curry, on her reaction to the Matt Lauer scandal, she said, "I was outraged." Ann Curry is opening up about the pain of leaving the Today Show, how she bounced back in her emotional new TV series. When news broke in November that Matt Lauer had been fired by the NBC for alleged sexual conduct, the phrase "somewhere" Ann Curry began trending on Twitter. Somewhere Ann Curry is breaking out that champagne, somebody wrote. And also Ann Curry was mouthing these 3 simple words. Karma is a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
After barely a year co-hosting to the Today Show, with Lauer, Curry was 61. Damn, she was 61 then? She left the NBC morning show in 2012, a painful ordeal that came completely with gossip column speculation that her firing was due process of Matt Lauer not having good chemistry. So he forced her out. Reflecting on Lauer's firing, he didn't. I think he felt threatened by her. Curry says she feels outraged that such alleged misconduct was tolerated and tremendously empathy for the victim.
Yeah.
So as far as her own experience in that workplace, she hesitates when asked if she felt even a touch of vindication at how things played out for the man, once depicted as her nemesis. The mother of 2, who returns to TV on January 23rd with the new 6-part series, the PBS docuseries, Will Meet Again. That's interesting. Stands with all women who have spoken out about gender discrimination and sexual misconduct as part of the Me Too and the Time's Up movement. The women's movement got us into the workplace, but it didn't make us safe once we got there. Good point.
Wow.
Yep. All right. So it's going to be interesting to see Ann Curry. I think she's going to be pretty good. She was a good, announcer reporter then. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
But I didn't know she was 60. Wait a minute. You're saying she was 61 then?
Yep.
That can't be right.
And Laura was 60.
Well, she didn't look 61.
She sure didn't. That's what it says. She was 61.
Okay.
Oh, maybe they're saying she's 61 now.
Yeah, she's 61 now.
Oh.
So 2012.
Okay.
She was, in her 50s there. Well, 8 years ago. So. All right. The Avengers, they just came out this weekend. And that's going to have a whole lot of folks. It's one of the King Epic accumulations from Marvel. They launched remember the Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, yeah.
That was like
the red suit.
Right. That was like the catalyst of all these movies coming out, like Captain America and the Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and all of that. That was a catalyst. Thor.
How much did Ant-Man make? Because I didn't hear anybody really say anything positive about that one.
Adam.
That's Adam.
But they got a lot of stars in there. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Paul Rudd, Gwyneth Paltrow. I mean, all the big wigs. I'm like,
Don Cheadle's in that.
Yeah, I'm like, well, how y'all making money? Shoot.
Yeah, you paying all those people.
That's what I'm saying. And they're mentioning that they might get some good wins as far as awards like best production design, best film, best makeup and hairstyling, visual effects, and so on. But I think also too that the Black Panther's going to be in that running also. So.
It better be.
Yeah, it better be, or folks won't have a fit.
What Robert Downey's son is doing?
I'm not too familiar with him.
He had a drug
He was all messed
up. Doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Daddy.
Probably genetic, unfortunately.
Well, Daddy sent that shit down the bloodstream.
That's what I said. It's probably genetic.
Well, one last note: Beyonce took the stage again at Coachella, and she was with her sister. They did a little dance off. But also the biggest thing on Twitter and everything is they failed. I'm like, are you serious?
Beyonce and Solange fell?
Yep, they failed. The superstar singer appeared to accidentally drop her younger sister Solange, and then they failed.
Okay.
You have to see the video. There were no apparent injuries, and they just kept moving. Like ain't nothing happened.
Okay, that's what you do. Play it off.
There you go. That's my Hollywood wrap-up.
All right, Ketel. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And we're informed.
And do we have
Go ahead. You can dance, you can fly, having the time of your life. All right now. See that girl, watch that she's singing the dancing queen.
What's that now?
All right.
Anyway.
Speaking of the cocktail of the week,
we'll call him Firecracker.
Yeah, I think he's had a couple of them.
All right, the Firecracker. Wow, interesting.
Wait a minute, what is it? Oh, this is the cocktail of the week.
Yes.
All right.
That's so cute little.
All right, break it down. What you got for us?
You got 4 ounces of prairie cucumber vodka.
What?
Yeah, that's good cucumber
Sound like red
vodka.
wine made that.
That's some good cucumber vodka. Anyway, carry on, Ted.
4 cubes of seedless watermelon.
Did they peel the skin off it?
2 limes diced. 2 ounces of simple syrup. We're going to garnishes, the lime rim, 2 watermelon slices, 2 cucumber slices, and 2 small mint sprigs.
Damn.
So we're going to combine the vodka, watermelon, and lime in a cocktail shaker.
Yeah.
Muddle all ingredients well. Add simple syrup, fill with ice, cover, and shake until ice cold.
Yeah.
Rim the glasses with a cut lime and dip in the lime rim mixture. Fill the glasses with ice and strain the ingredients from the shaker into the glasses. Garnish with watermelon slice, a cucumber slice, and a mint sprig.
Oh, yeah.
Oven 375 degrees.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you
20 minutes.
Now. Why don't you tell us about the Kiss It list since you're on it?
Kiss It list.
Oh, Lord, he's on it.
Has to do with.
Matter of fact, the Firecracker will be on our website.
Yes, thank you, Ketel.
Firecracker.
And it's very tasty.
It sounds like it. When I heard about that cucumber, I hope they peeled all the skin off it.
Oh, Lord.
I think any skin on that one cucumber
Okay.
is nasty.
Come on, skin.
That's why.
Anyway, I'm just saying, all right, when you do America, when you peeling cucumbers, peel all the skin off. A cucumber comes out of the ground, okay? So that skin is never clean.
Tell us about the Kiss It
That skin
list.
is never clean, okay? So anyway.
Poppa DD, what is the Kiss It
The
list?
Kiss It list is something that Redwine is on daily.
Ooh.
And, no, it's just people that show their ass, and we just want to honor them by just acting the fool, and I hope that golf club is on there.
Oh, yeah, they're on there.
Oh,
I'm going
yeah.
to start it out with Kanye West.
Oh, Lord, really?
Lord, he's been so
For
crazy
his
lately.
bromance with Trump. We got
He's walking around with a Make America Great Again hat.
Yeah, talking about,
I'm ready to say to him, brother, all the people in this world that struggle for your black ass to be what you are, to be hanging out with a rich white woman. Okay? I know the Kardashians love black men, but they are white people.
Oh,
anyway,
Lord.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I got Trump. Trump is on the list a couple times. One for not getting Melania a gift for her birthday.
Oh, Lord.
And then having the audacity to tell people publicly that he did not get her a gift. I don't know what that was all about. Also, we got Paul Ryan, Speaker of the House, for firing the chaplain, but not really explaining why. He said that the man was getting too political, so he fired him.
The Congress chaplain.
I'm like, what? His prayer was a little too political
No,
for
because
you?
he had a Democrat state of mind. He was a liberal.
Oh,
yeah, whatever.
But he's leaving. Ryan's leaving.
Exactly. So why are you making moves?
I know.
And Ryan never brought his family to D.C. from Wisconsin. He was a weekend dad.
Really?
Flying back and forth.
All the more reason for him to have left Welly
But he
alone.
thought he was going to get his ass whooped in this election, so he left. People that's resigning, they don't want to run that 18 thing. So.
Yeah, I'm saying, why are you making moves? You're on the way out anyway.
Oh, well.
Also, I got Trump again for trying to bully his way into hosting the World Cup soccer tournament over Twitter. He was posting stuff on Twitter talking about it'd be a shame if we don't get the whatever that we put in a bid, and we support these countries and they ought to support us, and all this crap he was saying on Twitter, you know, trying to bully folks.
Oh,
and again, Trump and French President Macron, for all that hand-holding and kissing they were doing, they were just over the top with that. Also, to everybody who's trying to credit Trump for the possible peace agreement in Korea, as if Trump did it. Also, all the people that are sending requests to Wakanda, Illinois, for vibranium, as in the movie Black Panther.
Are you serious?
There's a place in Illinois called Wakanda, not Wakanda, W-A-U-C-O-N-D-A, Illinois. People, as a prank, are sending them requests for vibranium, like they did in Black Panther. I'm like, y'all, please, stop.
There's a bunch of white folks there.
Probably. Also, Joseph D'Angelo, the Golden State Killer, who was recently arrested, that old guy, for all the crimes and whatever he did years ago, thinking he got away with it. Also, Karen Turner, ex-Port Authority Commissioner in Jersey, for all that cursing out the cops that she did. Kim Kardashian, for her latest nude photo, saying that it was promoting her new fragrance.
Please, give me a break.
That was insane. Amazon for raising the price of Prime $20 after they got us all hooked on it. Trump one more time for his unscripted 30-minute rant on Fox News Network. Fox News Network for letting him do it.
Yeah, no, I think I want to talk about this.
He just went on for like a half an hour, just rambling. It was crazy. Patrick Meehan, that's that representative in Philly for misusing taxpayer money. Ben Carson for trying to raise the rent on the poor people. We got the Grandview Golf Club discriminating against black female golfers. Matt Lauer for being Matt Lauer. And Poppa DD. You got anybody else, Ketel?
No, I think you covered everything.
You got anybody else, Poppa DD?
Yeah,
And don't say red wine. All right, we got something for everybody on this week's Kiss It Listen.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, that was good.
I think Redwine needs to slow down on the gunji on the side. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Firecracker. Bonsoir.
Oh, boy.
Bonsoir. Anyway,
so tasty.
What's your last word, Papa?
My last word, I tell you what.
What you got?
My last word, like I said in Living for the City, is to be careful. You know what I mean? The stigma is still alive. You know, white folks are watching everything we do, and this is not a hit to all white folks. This is just white folks that feel like they don't want to trust black people. I mean, they like us to entertain them and make them laugh and watch us do sports and things like that, but deep down inside, one-on-one, you know, they're very precautious with us, and they handle us with kid gloves. And I noticed that with what I thought were very good old white friends I've had have still let me down by saying something that's very, like, you know, saying, wow, I thought I knew you better than that. And these people I've knew for over 20, 25 years that have embarrassed me as well as made me ashamed to know them based on how they really felt about things. So anyway, you know, like Ellen DeGeneres says, be kind to one another. You know, I think she actually stole that line from Jerry Springer. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay, my last word is, if you're going to bust one, bust them all. Stop showing preferential treatment to various people based on their ethnicity, their color, or their financial capability. If somebody's wrong, they're wrong. If you break the law, you break the law. If they should go to jail, they should go to jail. It should be across the board. All of this showing preferential treatment to people because they're a politician or they're a millionaire or they are a famous whatever, or they're white, or they're female, or whatever it may be. That's not right.
That's called choosing loyalty over justice.
And I'm saying if you break the law, you should pay the price, no matter who you are, no matter what station you have in life. Stop doing all this stuff. If you're going to bust one, bust them all. And that's all I'm saying. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Check us out online at apajamaparty.com. Over to you, Ketel.
Okay, my last word is, I'm kind of piggyback off of you, Redwine. Fair is fair. We both black, white, red, yellow, green, orange, yellow. I don't care what color you are. We all need to open our eyes to each other and the things that we do. From the Cosby thing to things that Trump does to Kanye West to, I mean, it's just so broad of a spectrum. But we just need to open our eyes and look at the things that people are doing to each other and to themselves. So just open your eyes. I need to put down my T-shirt. Open your eyes. Okay. All right.
He has given us hills and mountains.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Somebody feels like being musical.
Okay.
Open our eyes. That's Earth, Wind & Fire. That's on the Mighty Mighty album.
Okay. My favorite is Keep Your Head to the Sky.
Oh, yeah.
And when I find myself. I knew it.
Why did you fire him up?
I don't know.
Chances came to make me strong.
Yes.
Anyway.
Let's ride up. Oh, okay.
All right. I'm going to say good night. I'm out. This is Ketel.
Okay. Say good night, Papa. We're done.
And thanks for listening.
All right. Are you saying good night, Papa?
Yeah, but I do want to sing one more song.
Oh.
Well, you go ahead and say good night.
Okay, well, I'll say bonsoir until next time. Over to you, Papa.
Say good night, Papa. Uh-oh.
There's a song by a guy named Hinton is his last name, and it's called Time Slip Away, and it's...
Come with it.
Well, man. Yeah, time will slip
Ain't
away.
it funny? It's so funny how time can just slip right on away.
That's so true.
All right,
now.
And on that note, we're going to slip away.
Say good night, Papa.
Good night. All right, good night.
And we'll see you next time.
All right,
on the Pajama Party Show. Thanks for hanging out with us. www.apajamaparty.com. Thanks to DC Homegrown, our parent company.
Keeping the lights on.
And tolerating us. We appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time around. Appreciate it.
All right, good night.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown that day, Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you.